Hi, my name is Michael, representing Coldesi, and I'd like to introduce you to the T-Fold. The T-Fold is a semi-automatic t-shirt folding machine, and it may take the place of somebody folding to the point where they're not offering the repeatability that the T-Fold can offer. So the same square, or I should say rectangle, being folded over and over and over again. Now, like the name says, t-shirt folding machine, these T-Folds will fold garments that are shirts, okay? Can you fold something else? It's possible you may be able to figure out how to fold a pair of pants or maybe a pair of shorts, but it is designed to fold t-shirts. It can fold long sleeve shirts, it can fold short sleeve shirts. The long sleeve shirts may require an extra step of the operator, where a typical short sleeve shirt is you flip it over the machine, you put it in place, you hit both buttons, it folds. It can also pack, and packing simply means at the end of the fold, the center flap will raise and you'll be able to slide a bag over it, lift it off, seal it if you need to. Whatever your choice, it is a folder, it is a packer, it is the T-Fold. Hi, in today's video, introducing you to the T-Fold, but in the sense that to show you where power is and how to fold a garment. So on the back of the machine, the power cord is back here. There is a main power switch. Then at the front of the machine, right here in the face, there is an auxiliary power switch. So once you see the lights lit up, you hold this in for about a count of 3, and the screen lights up. The default folding mode is going to be fold. I know that sounds kind of silly, but there's fold, there's pack, there's quick fold, and there's quick pack. So 4 different modes. Most folks will use fold. Now the difference between the two, between fold and pack, is fold will utilize all the white flaps. Flap 1, flap 2, flap 3, and flap 4. But number 2 is going to fold twice. You'll see why. Now when you use pack, this front gray flap, flap number 5, will start up like so. You lay your shirt out, it then moves downward. It goes through the folding process, then this will flip back up and you'll be able to bag it. I'm going to show you both. So this right now is set up for fold. And we're going to grab a large shirt, neck face down basically, so neck toward you. You flip it, and that might be the biggest learning curve, is figuring out how to flip it, because that's going to be where people will have to basically have the experience to be able to do that. And where we're at right now is I'm putting the neck right here around the hinge area. And you'll understand what this means. If I was to lay it way back here and the neck was further back, the back of the shirt will flip over the top. It'll be uneven. If I went the other way, then the back of the shirt would be right here, and again, it would be uneven. So you'll figure out, the operator will figure out where to put it. But a good guideline is the neck right here at the hinges. All right, so you remember those days in pinball when you were a little younger maybe? You're going to hit both buttons at the same time. Now I want to show you something. What happened here is, you see this little sleeve? I refer to it as a tail. That's why this flap will fold twice. It tries to fold that sleeve in. All shirts are going to have a slightly different construction, slightly different configuration. Sometimes the sleeves will fold back over and sometimes they won't. Now what we've done here is we've made a pretty good fold. Now I'm going to show you doing that again. Because that flap wasn't able to fold this shirt in quite right, I'm going to flip that sleeve over. Just a little experience of a T-folder. Now that little tail is gone. That shirt showed me that it doesn't fold very well on that last little sleeve flap. So this is a perfectly folded garment. Now we're going to switch to pack. You push your mode button in 1 second, lifts up the number 5 flapper. Now I'm a little height challenged, so some people might even be shorter than me. You have to be able to get the shirt over the upright flap, spread the sleeves out. I'm going to fold that one sleeve in just a little bit and hit the buttons. Now it's going to lift, giving me the chance to slide a bag over it. There is a packed shirt, folded and packed. Those are both modes that'll be the most popular. Next, I'd like to focus on mode 3 and mode 4. The machine was originally designed with 2 modes, both quick, or rather fold and pack. They've added quick fold and quick pack to the 4 different modes. Now what this is going to do is both of those modes are going to eliminate the second fold of flap number 2. So holding the button in, the mode button in for about 2 seconds, we're going to get to what's called quick fold. So instead of flap 1, 2, 3, 2 a second time and then 4, we're going to eliminate the second flap of number 2. So spread it out, bring out your sleeves. Now in this mode, you have to fold that sleeve in. It doesn't matter whether the construction of the shirt, like I mentioned earlier, you have to do it now. If you don't, that sleeve will be a little tail like we showed you in the previous video. So here we go. So it's a quicker fold because you're eliminating flap number 2. Being quicker, operators like that. So not every fold job that you do or pack job needs to have that second flap. Now, like quick fold, we can also do quick pack. You remember what that does. The gray flap goes up. You're going to bag it this time. So we're going to lay this shirt out. Knowing you got to fold that sleeve in, you're going to give it just a quick flip and hit your buttons. Now it lifts it up, and like you've seen me do it before, we can bag it. Now I'd like to talk about bagging for a second. Something you're going to notice is that just about every shirt will fold into the same size. Now I have a little visual aid I'd like to show you. This is a 9.5 inch wide by 12 inch tall. That shirt fits right in that square. Now some of the shirts that may not fit there may be child size shirts. But even the large ones, the large, extra large, 2XL, they're all going to fold into that size. What may happen is they may get a little thicker, but this is the size. So the bag that you pick should be a bag that can fit such a size. So a 10 inch by 13, maybe even an 11 inch by 14. Something of that size will be the perfect type of t-shirt packaging bag. Okay? So you've just seen quick fold and quick pack. That covers all 4 modes. So I want to cover one more feature, and that's what I would refer to. It's almost like a little accessory, but this area here on the right-hand side is a fan. So you'll notice that when the button is in, it's powered on, when the button's off. But it's only going to really be enabled when the machine is working. So now that the button's in, what it's meant to do is being in pack, I'm going to lay the shirt out. In the time it takes to fold the shirt, the fan will come on, and we're going to utilize that fan to open up our bag. Now obviously my bag has been opened previously, but the idea here is that a lot of the t-shirt bags are folded and tight in a package, and the fan can help spread them out. So we're going to hit the power buttons. Meanwhile, the fan comes on and it will open up the bag, and in that time it makes it a little easier to put it on, and the fan will power down automatically completely on its own. So it's a nice little added feature of the T-Fold. Next, I'd like to answer the question, why do the T-folds look a little different? Technically, they are the same machine. Gen 1 and Gen 2, not much changed. However, I'm going to show you a couple of features. Flap number 5 on the Gen 1 lays flat. This flap lays flat. Flap number 5 on Gen 2 is slightly at an incline. There's no big difference with exception of the gearing inside was just changed ever so slightly, and so you'll notice the flap can go up and down, all the way down and back up, but when it's at rest, this is how it sits. There's nothing negative to it at all. There's probably nothing even that's positive about it, but that's how Gen 2 was designed, and it does a great job. Now, one other feature I want to point out. This machine, this is our showroom model, this machine has some added material. The material you might have in your own home right now, but it can be found at most hardware stores. What you're looking at is shelving or drawer, I guess it would be like an anti-slip type material. I cut it to size to fit all the white flappers, and I used a little double stick tape in a couple different areas, especially the corners. And what this helps us to do is sometimes you're going to want to fold polyester garments. Now, there are times I've folded a polyester garment that didn't have the material on them, and they wound up pretty much looking like a little disheveled, kind of like a loose ball. And so coming up with a way that anybody can find in their own town is this type of material. It's slightly grippy, but not tacky, not sticky. So what this machine will do, and I'm going to grab a polyester shirt, is it will allow us to fold the garment, and it'll act a lot like a cotton shirt would. Now, cotton and cotton blends have enough grip in them on their own that the white flappers that come directly from us arrives to your door just like this, will fold those shirts without any trouble. But now when it's polyester, we have some trouble. Sometimes it won't grip enough. But in this case, it holds the shirt so that it doesn't become like a wrinkled ball. Now, this Sporttech here has, you can almost feel it. It's not as slick. I have seen some polyester shirts that are so slick that literally you can't even recognize that it's a t-shirt once it's done being folded. But this guy here, the Sporttech, does have some better grip on it than a lot of the other polys. But see how that threw it? But still, it doesn't fold as well. The polyester does not fold as well on the non-covered when you can cover them and find a better answer for folding polyester garments. Next, I'd like to cover the fact that they are t-shirt folding machines. They are not any garment folding machines, okay? So this is a classic hoodie. I gotta tell you, this thing weighs about 10 times more than any t-shirt that we're gonna be folding on it. Besides the hoodie and the long sleeves, it's got a lot of weight to it. And not just weight, well, I guess in a sense weight, the thickness, the weight of the garment, the thickness of the material. Every time the T-fold flips the flap, you're adding a layer of height to this material. And that won't allow enough clearance for the flappers to finish their path, to do their job. So I'm going to show you a failure. Here we go. Throw that out. I'm going to flip the hoodie back, flatten it as best we can, something that you would do. And I do like to fold for long sleeve garments, which I'll show you some successful long sleeve folds. I fold this over so it's like meeting in the middle. So you just quickly grab it, almost wrist to wrist, and here we are. That doesn't look too great. That's an awful lot of material, and honestly, this is about as successful of a hoodie being folded as I've ever seen. Normally, what's going to happen is these folders will get sort of caught like so, and it'll cause an error. But this is why this is a t-shirt folder. This is a shirt folding machine rather than a hoodie folding machine. All right, so next, I'd like to cover a few different size garments, whether there's differences in ladies' sizes, men's sizes, child sizes. So the original number 85 Coldesi, large size, usually a men's cut or a standard cut. I guess it would be a men's cut. Folds easy, quick, comes out of that perfect rectangle, 9.5 by 12. So this is a ladies' size small. So looks to be a 50-50 or more like 65-35, but it's going to fold nice. And so when we throw that out, again, you can use the hinges as a guide on where your neck is, or you can do a little math in your head. Number 4 flapper is about that long, and this is about where you want your neck to be. So this area should be the equal to that area. If you can do that, you're ahead of the game. So this is a ladies, what'd I say? Small. Yes, here we go. Oh my goodness. You know why that happened? Look down here. Come on over. Let's explain what this little dial here is. This says speed. Technically what this is power. If you saw number 4 flapper, it almost threw it onto my lap. So for a shirt that's lighter weight, we had it all the way up to 90 when we did that really heavy sweatshirt with the hoodie. So I'm going to turn this way down to 40 because the weight of this garment is so small in comparison to the sweatshirt. I did turn it up earlier. I'm going to turn it down. So we're going to fold this one again. But number 4 flap, that dial is not really about speed. It's about power. And so when you're using a heavier garment, you turn it up. When you use a lighter garment, you should turn it down or it will land on your lap. So this is take 2. Much better. Look at that. And as I said earlier, the men's large landed in the square. Look at this one. Ladies small, same square. I like visuals. It works. Now I'm going to show you another size, and I'll bet you it'll come really close. It may not land in that 12-inch by 9.5, but it'll be within it. So this is a youth small. I can't say the other 2 words because I don't speak those languages, but this is a youth small. So this guy, being how small it is, we're going to avoid flap number 1. There's no need to use it. We're going to get right about here. Again, you look at how much material is on number 4 flap, bring that forward. We're about at the right spot. So again, we're going to turn down our dial so I don't flip it over my shoulder. And we're going to play pinball. Look at this. Perfect. Again, we're going to move over to our cardboard. I'm going to put it right on top of the ladies, and it's within that square, easy. But that's how most of them are going to fold, 9.5 by 12. Now we're going to what looks to be a men's large 3/4 sleeve. Now we're going to get into how you fold long sleeves. And the way we do this, like you might remember from the sweatshirt video, is you're going to fold that long sleeve towards the middle of the back, just like so. And I think I'm at the right spot for my hinges on the neck. We're going to hit fold buttons again. Here we go. I don't know. That looks like it's folded pretty darn good. All right, next, I'm going to show you a very, very difficult shirt to fold. Now this is a men's large, long sleeve, 1000%, at least it feels that way, polyester. All right, so when you fold long sleeves, you want to bring the sleeves in. But why do I have to bring the sleeves in? Shouldn't the machine do it on its own? I don't know, Jimmy. Let's see. You ready? Stand back. But why didn't it fold, Mr. Michael? Because it just doesn't. It can't. But let's do it a little bit differently. Now this time I'm going to fold the sleeves in the way you should. What are you trying to do? You're trying to mimic a short sleeve shirt. So imagine this shirt is short sleeved. Look at the length that I've left it. I'm just folding them up to the middle of the back, that area, and now I'm going to fold it. Now again, this is part one. We're probably going to move it over to the machine that's got the material on it that we talked about earlier that adds a little grip. This one will do okay, but I think you'll notice that one will do better. Here we go. So you see how it's all crumpled up in here? It's pretty much because this flapper didn't have the grip. It's still not bad. You can make a small adjustment, and that's pretty good. So we're going to move over to the other machine with the grip. Again, we're going to bring those sleeves in, as you should, to give the T-fold a chance to fold this garment well. So we're going to flip that up, just like the other one. Flip this one up, and give it a good chance to be successful. So we're going to watch that one more time. So folding it out, give it a nice good flat flip. Bring in your sleeve over the top, your other sleeve over the top, and we're going to let her fly. So the material did pretty darn good on that one. And another thing, we're going to look down here at the speed. If we were to adjust this down, because it is poly, so we're going to fold it a third time, but with the speed controller, power controller brought down to 50, this bottom flap here, number 4, will fold it over, and if it folds it over gently, we may not have the bunching that we had in that second throw. So let's do it again. Okay, here we go. I have to fold it, throw it further. Let's fold the sleeve over. And again. Here we go. You see how that didn't go so fast? And that folds nice and flat? It folds a lot like one of the 50-50 blends. So I think adjusting the power to number 4 while also getting yourself some grip material and installing that, I think you'll have better success with the polyester shirts. Next, we're going to show you again 2 polyester shirts. They're a bit more unique. So this is a ladies extra large, but when I hold it up by the shoulders like I normally would to flip them over, I notice that the bottom of the shirt doesn't flip well, just because it's a strangely cut shirt. But if you want to fold it, sometimes you got to make adjustments. So we're going to flip it over. This is a very lightweight shirt. I'm going to have to fix the collar once in a while because when you flip it, it just has a mind of its own. But we're going to do the best we can and give the T-fold a chance to be successful. Now, because of its weight, I'm going to bring this down to about 40 to 50, like I did on the previous long sleeve shirt. And let's hit the buttons. That barely got over the edge, but that didn't do too bad. Even with the collar. Now, the collar won't fold well if you have it folded flat, but I think that is a nice presentable shirt. Now, moving over to the men's, we've got a size large. Now this is your typical polo type shirt with the 3 buttons and the collar. So we're going to flip this one out, get it where we need to be, set it up, and this time, right, I'm going to flip that little sleeve up because I'm going to switch to quick fold. And you remember what quick fold does, you're only going to fold number 2 one time. Here we go. Oh, I think that did a nice job. Look at that. And this is a collared shirt, 3 buttons, pretty popular. All right, we're going to show you what do you do when the T-fold has an error. It's going to happen. You're going to have a piece of material get caught on something. It's a machine. What do machines do? Machines sometimes have issues. So I'm going to create an error, just basically getting in the way. So we're going to use Coldesi 85 again. We're going to flip it out. I'm going to show you how you reset your machine, which you've probably learned most of your life. It's just called a reset. Power up, power down kind of thing. So we're going to check our flip. We're about 70. Most of the time you're going to live between, say, 60 and 80 for most shirts. So we're going to sit at 70. And I'm going to make the machine have a fault. Here we go. Uh-oh. Come on over. This says, help me. I've fallen and I can't get up. E3, error 3, means flapper number 3 has a problem. How you get around that is you hold your power button down, power your machine down. Now, I have had success clearing an error just by using the front power button, but I think you do better if once your machine gives its audible beep, and it's at the back of the machine where the board is. You push this down for 2 seconds, about 3 seconds pass, and you'll hear beep, beep. That's when I'll flip the power switch over on the back corner, right above the power cord. I let it settle down for about 5, 6, 8 seconds, flip it back on. It's going to clear the error. Your screen will come back up, and you're starting fresh. Something else you're going to see, which I haven't really shown you yet, but the nice lady with the camera is going to come over and focus. There's some numbers here. The top letter is F, the bottom letter is P, so fold and pack. You can count, it will keep track. Now it won't count cumulative over different jobs and even days. Once you power it down, those numbers get wiped out. So if you need to keep track of that, that's something you should know beforehand. So whenever we're going to fold, which we'll fold this one real fast, the number will change to 1 as soon as it's finished. Well, I had the power up there pretty good, but now it's at 1. Now we're going to switch to pack. I switched it to quick pack because I'm going to eliminate flapper number 2. Currently, pack is at 0, but we're going to pack a shirt. Here we go. Now as this lifts up, my pack changes to 1, and it'll just keep count. So I've shown you what the numbers mean. I've shown you what you do when you get an error. Just power down, power back up, just give it a few seconds in between. Just about like any other electronic anything. Earlier, you may have remembered we tried to fold one of these big heavy hoodies. It failed. We've covered that. But look what we have here. We have a thin hoodie, okay? Much thinner. So let's think about this. The hood has to land on the back of the garment. So when you're flipping it on, you need to control that because it can be a little annoying. So I'm going to start with it on the back, and I'm going to try not to let it flip forward. See how that came real close? Then you're just simply going to lay it out. You're going to bring your sleeves out, and you see this part of the hood? I'm going to try to get my sleeves here. Instead of in the back, I'm going to get it here because there's almost like too much material if I go right here. So I'm just going to try to manage where those sleeves are going to wind up. So all you're doing is just sort of staging it. So when you hit your buttons, I'm checking my power, my speed. I think this is going to be about a 60 because it is lightweight. Let's see what happens. That's not bad. So I can fold a hoodie as long as it's a thinner garment. So you don't have to say no to all hoodies, just maybe the real thick ones.